Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. It must be Tuesday at 5 o'clock Central Time because I'm here and you're here. I'm in Studio A, and my lovely co-host, Miss Fiona, is over in Studio B. How you doing, Miss Fiona?
What do you say? I'm glad to be alive.
I know that's right. That is correct. It don't get no
hmm
better than that. When you can say that you're alive and you know it, that's a beautiful thing. That's my
Yeah.
testimony. I am sticking to it. Because
hmm
it's a beautiful day in the Chicagoland area. Like I told y'all on Sunday, when we get up around 50, 60 degrees, we get excited. The sun been shining. Oh, I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. You get a chance to ride with the hair blowing through the wind blowing through your hair. Okay, where it used to be hair. Okay.
You can feel it on your scalp.
Yeah, it used to be hair. At one time, it used
hmm
to be hair. But I
hmm
remember the feeling, okay?
That's memories are good.
Yes, they are. So, what's been happening
hmm
with you, Miss Fiona?
Ooh, well, with the weather come everything else that's hot. So it's been hot around this neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
hmm
Okay. Well, I
hmm
know. I know you was telling me before we went on the air that the kids was all fired up and excited and everything, and that to the
Oh,
point where you got a messed up back today, huh? Isn't that what you said? I'm trying to figure out, why you let how many kids y'all got? 75 kids over there.
listen, there's about 40 kids in there. And when you're absent, the kids realize that. So I guess they wanted to just attack me today. And they did.
Okay.
And and so I had to take two ibuprofens when I got
All
home.
right. Well, see, if you'd have did what I told you to do about a
What?
month ago, see, that's trip the kids when they running, and then they would have been, like getting it together, talking about that's the mean one. Don't go by her,
They-
But see, no, you got to show the kids some love and stuff. And now
right.
them kids is climbing all over you like you a playground, play toy. Okay, so now you sitting at home, taking narcotics and stuff, trying to feel better, because these kids then climbed all over you like you a jungle gym or something.
Right. Right. But oh man, I love them. But today I was like, oh man. So at like 3:45 I ran out of there for
Oh,
real.
okay. All right. Well, that's good. Well, I'm glad you made it to the show.
Uh,
You know,
absolutely.
yeah, I'm excited today. I have my brother in broadcasting coming on to be with us today. He is here, you all. So don't go nowhere. I know how y'all like to peep in and see what's going on. Do not go anywhere. You will miss a very good show. I'm already promising it's
hmm
going to be a great show. So don't go nowhere. So without further
hmm
ado, let me get my announcements together so that we can get right on to it. First thing I want to do is give a shout out to all of the healthcare heroes in the healthcare field. People that have been out there on the front line for over a year and a half now, keeping our loved ones healthy and alive. We applaud you. We thank you. We give you all of the support that we can offer you, in this time of pandemic, this time of disease, this time of plague that's going on all across this country. And I just want to say thank you for the job that you do keeping our loved ones alive. I wear this doctor's shirt in solidarity to all of the healthcare heroes. And when we get it all clear, I'm going to change my wardrobe. Okay, I know y'all wondering why I keep wearing this same shirt show after show after show. It's because I am in solidarity to our healthcare heroes and I support them and I want them to know that they got at least one person that's willing to wear this shirt on purpose, and that's me in support of them. Okay. The second thing I want to do is give a shout out to all of our pastors that are on the front line. They have a very hard job, keeping us uplifted and spiritually motivated. keeping us, in a time when you can't celebrate one another like we used to. Our pastors and our spiritual leaders have to keep us prayed up, keeping us inspired, keep us motivated, and they're doing their job, many of them. A special shout out to Dr. Lloyd Michael Hunt. He is my spiritual leader and motivator, my mentor. I tell you, he is up every morning, okay, every morning, bringing us a word of inspiration and a word of knowledge that we can hold on to so that we can be inspiring to others during this time. So if you're not familiar with Dr. Hunt, please scroll down on my Facebook Live, just right where you are now. Just scroll down and you'll be able to see some of Dr. Hunt's messages. And also, you can go over to my YouTube channel and you will find an entire playlist devoted to Dr. Hunt. So, if you're not familiar how to find my YouTube channel, we're going to tell you right now. Go over to ask-dr-ron.com. And when you get there, right along the top, you'll see the Facebook channel, Instagram, YouTube channel. Click on them, and they'll take you right to my social medias, and you'll be able to become a friend. You'll be able to like and share. You'll be able to view all of my YouTube channels and playlists and see everything that has been put up there, everything that Miss Fiona and I have done, our Black History moments, everything is right there on the YouTube channel. While you're also on my website, please fill out a contact card. Please support our vendors. Our vendors make it possible for us to do what we do right here in front of you right now. And we need your support. We need you to support our vendors, okay? Now, Miss Fiona has been instrumental in bringing in some additional advertisers and vendors, and she's going to tell you about a couple of them now. Miss Fiona?
Well, the first advertisement vendor that we have is Metropolis Child Care and Developmental Center. It is located in the south side of Chicago, 8104 South Halsted Street. We are enrolling, they are enrolling, and they take up to the children 6 weeks to 6 years old. You can check out the website that is on askdrron.com. And then also we have a brand. It's obviously young and brilliant. There's an author that was my colleague. He writes children's books, and he should be up here next month, I believe. So
Mm-hmm.
if you would like any additional information, you could just go on to Dr. Ron's askdrron.com and also check out www.immaculateed.com.
There you go. So all of these advertisers are on the website. You can click on any of the flyers, and it'll take you directly to their website. If you look at the sliding banners, you can click on them, and it'll take you over to their website. We make it real easy for you to find our advertisers, okay? Because we want you to support our advertisers. They, like I said earlier, they make it very possible for us to do what we're doing here, and we need your support to help them. We've got Portigan Sam, who's been with me for over 10 years. We have RRJ Webb, who's been with me for over 10 years. All these people have been with me for a very long time, and they're very good at what they do. So please support them, give them your support, check them out, click on their banners and their advertisement, go to their website and browse around, check it out, and then talk to them and tell them, hey, I'm interested in seeing what you got to offer.
Mhm.
So Portigan Sam will be with us soon too. He's got a date on the calendar to come and tell us about his updated wine list. I tell you, boy, if you don't like wine, something wrong with you. Okay, I'm just gonna say it like that.
Best thing ever.
Yeah, 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 boy, I tell you, and it's legal too.
Right. A lot of things are.
There you go. So, like I said before, I am so excited about the guest that we have today. My brother in broadcasting, Mr. Chris Bass, he and I have chopped up a great bit of airwaves over the last 10 years. I tell you, we met on a haphazard situation, a scenario that is so funny. I mean, you know, I'm just gonna tell the story. How we met. I came into the station one day, and you know, my guest that was scheduled to come on my show had, you know, canceled on me. You know, and I'm like, oh man, now I got to go on the air by myself and, you know, act like I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So I walk into the studio, and Mr. Bass was sitting there talking with the two general managers of the radio station. So I asked him, I said, hey man, didn't know him from nobody else, you know, and I said, man, what are you doing for the next 2 hours? And his response was nothing. So I said, okay, will you come on my show with me? And he agreed. We went on the air, and I tell you, it was very memorable. We have never, ever, before that day, ever worked together on the air. And then I've gone on to find out that he is an award winning radio personality. He has won awards for what he has done. And I tell you, he is worth every one of the accolades plus some that I could ever offer him. But this brother is fantastic at what he does when it comes to radio and television broadcasting. We share a show as co-host on Thursdays with another group of hosts, and I tell you, I can go on and on, you know, celebrate my brother because, hey, I just got that much love in my heart for him. So, welcome to the show, Mr. Bass.
That's Chris Bass.
Chris
Well,
Bass.
well, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you very
I
much. It
forgot
is,
the Chris part. You know,
yeah, that's all right. No, I'll take a note. First of all, it's always more than my honor to be here with my brother in broadcasting, Dr. Ron, and to officially get a chance to meet Fiona. Fiona is so cool to see you. I've worked with, I've seen you work since day one, and
Mhm.
Dr. Ron was like, "Hey, man, will you check her out for me, man? I want to get your take on the whole thing about how you're a co-host as the time of coming to the mix, and you're coming in very gracefully. So I'm glad he got a chance because he needs help. He gonna tell
always,
you that.
always.
You know,
No doubt
he
about
gonna
it.
tell you
Yeah,
that.
I
You know.
told her.
I appreciate
I
it.
told her that. Yeah, I'm crazy. You know, somebody got to be the same one. I'm the crazy one. You the same one. You know, and any day you feel like you want to be crazy, let me know. I can hold it down for a day. You know.
And
That's good balance.
it is. And to tell, I mean, the official story, I've only won one award. That's it. Because he said plural. He said awards,
Well, I'm
and
speaking
I'm like, no,
futuristically.
uh,
I'm speaking
say what?
futuristically.
It ain't gonna happen. Hey, let's not kid ourselves here. No, I'll take the one. Look, I'm not selfish. The one I got is embraced. I have no problem with it. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Future awards? No.
Well,
No, hell no.
well, you know,
Hell, it's just not going to happen.
I look at it like this, man. They need to give you an award for the rest of your name, Chris Bass, also known as what? Go ahead, Miss Fiona. She been
Boom
pra- she
shakalaka.
been
Oh,
practicing this. She been practicing this for 2 weeks. She been waiting on this opportunity to get your
Yes.
full name in there. Okay,
Hmm.
you know.
oh well, thank you, Fiona. I'm glad that the practice worked out because it was a great boom shakalaka.
Hey, I love it.
Thank
Yes,
you
I
so much.
love it.
yeah. Now you've been in the broadcast field for how many decades? How many years?
A total now of 27 years.
Yes, 27
Wow.
years. So you just ain't just started this. You've been doing this for a while.
I ain't brand new to this.
There you go.
You know,
I know
right?
that's right. So,
Hmm.
and over the recent years, you have developed several shows that you do on your own schedule. You want to tell the folks where they can find you at on a regular?
Oh, thank you. So the regular, you type in Chris Bass in Facebook, CHRIS as in broadcasting, ASE. And I must say, over the years, I'm very disappointed. There's like 1,600 Chris Basses, but I am the original.
All right,
So
now.
let's not get it twisted. So I'm the guy when you find my profile page, I have a fedora cap on. I'm looking mighty dapper. And I do say so myself. And make sure you become my friend and be a part of the digital platform shows that I have via Facebook Live.
Yes, yes, that's what's up. With the
Mm-hmm.
dapper fedora hat on.
Yes,
Oh, I want to go see that.
yes.
Look at you.
Oh man.
Sometimes you surprise yourself because once again, look, I'm not saying I'm Billy D. Williams or Denzel Washington, but every now and again I surprise myself. So I took the pic with the hat. I'm like, that's that's all right there. I look actually decent. You can take me out in public and wanted to put me out in the dark. So I'm like, okay, great. So I'm very proud of that picture. Somebody has to be. Ain't nobody else could be proud of me but me. So there you go.
I know that's right, brother. Hey man, what they say, self-promotion ain't no shame. I know that's right.
Hey.
Ain't no shame in the game. That's
There
right.
you go. So now, with all of the broadcasting that you're doing now, I know you do a show on Wednesday. You do a Free Your Mind on Friday. So what's kind of like, the difference between the Wednesday and the Friday show?
The Wednesday show is a separate one-on-one interview show.
Okay.
So I obviously get various guests. And I've been noticing over time since I started this in late September of last year that it's not really an interview show, it's just conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're able, and you know this firsthand, you two being hosts yourselves, the ability to make the guests feel comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
to have he or she come on a program, because not everybody's going to feel comfortable. They feel kind of nervous. They know they might make some mistakes probably. They got to kind of get ahead of themselves. But if you're able to put them at ease, and you're able to really have a really good embellishing conversation, that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So since I started this, it's been very liberating as a separate show. I call it CBI, Chris Bass Interviews. And that airs every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. And then the Baseline show, since I've done for eons now, it's just a basic cover your topics of the week, type of interview show, but having segments on of various topics, and I chop it up and break it down and make it do what it do. I have added a segment to my Friday show at 5 p.m., Pastor Donovan Price, who this is the street preacher that you see on television. He comes on the Daily Report about what he's gone through that week. And I'm glad that he was able to come on with me, because when you're on television, obviously, you only get about 15 seconds, of a quick hit on a television, on a news segment or a news hit. But I give him a whole 20 minutes to really give his thought process of what he's doing out there with trauma, with people got shot, and how do you deal with that as a pastor. So he's been a welcome addition to Baseline, also at 4 p.m. on Fridays.
Mm-hmm. And just to piggyback off of that, I got a chance to see him this past week. Unfortunately, he was outside the hospital praying for the young lady that had just gotten shot with the family. And, it's been so many young people that have gotten shot in the city of Chicago, and to have the responsibility to try and go and pray with families is very difficult. The same thing you see with Andrew Holmes. Andrew Holmes is another person that shows up in most of the violence in the city of Chicago. He's there. He makes the press conferences. He's a part of, trying to encourage the young people to turn themselves in. And it's just, few people that arrive at these situations with a specific purpose. And he's one that shows up to pray and try to encourage people, in a positive way. He's like one of those pastors that I was just talking about a little while ago, that are on the front line doing what they're supposed to be doing, and in Chicago, we need more pastors to be on the front line doing what they're doing. So yes, I have seen him And I've caught him on your show on Friday. So, you know, and every time he comes on, man, he drops a gold nugget. You know, so it's you know, very, very positive to see somebody that knows what their responsibility is when they carry the name pastor or minister. You know, so it's very refreshing because some people, man, all they want to do, I think I'm finna get in trouble. You know, all they want to do is raise an offering. So hey, and there's more to it than just that. Okay, I'm just gonna say it like that. You know, so so, and then of course we do our Thursday thing, which we'll get a chance to talk about that a little bit later. But no, anything else that you're doing right now, or is just those two of the major, things that you're hosting and doing?
Those are two major things at this point. I'm looking to some other things at this time, but I like the groove I'm on right now.
Okay.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is a good thing for me. I like how it's going. I like the tempo, the cadence of how it all comes together, the correlation of it. And I'm very blessed to be in a position to not only do my shows, but the SNN show that I do with you, and of course, Reggie and Lee and now Francisco. I mean, we'll get into that like you said before. It's a blessing, to say the very least, because once upon a time ago, if I had $10, every time I said I'm going to quit broadcasting, I would have my own island. Really, I would be on the island of Saint Basemont. I would be definitely drinking margaritas and kicking back tequila and stuff like that if I could own my own island. But I think it was God, because I'm not that smart, to say stick with it. You don't know anything else. So what was you going to do if you at the time leave radio? So I hung in there, and I'm glad that I did, because now through social media, through the internet, you're able to breathe life into your career. Because back in the day before social media, yes, there were people out there, yes, before there was no social media. If you're a broadcaster like I was and working in terrestrial radio, and you got bounced and fired, that was it, unless you went to another radio station.
Mm-hmm.
And so in my situation, nobody wanted me. So I figured, okay, I don't want your ass either. So then after that, when the internet was coming along, it was just a no-brainer for me to try to do something on the internet. And I remember one person, his name is B.J. Murphy, used to work here in Chicago at V103. He called me the godfather of internet talk. And I had to look over both shoulders. I'm like, I know you ain't talking about my ass,
Mm-hmm.
but the years spent investment, you turn around and realize, okay, you have put time in, you have skin in the game in this situation. So the internet has been very, very good to me.
All right, now, you and me both, brother. I think we had a conversation one day. We were talking about with all these people that have now flooded into the internet and the blog marketplace and all of these other things. So like, well, what's going to happen to us when the world opens back up? I said they're going to go back out in the world and we still going to be here.
Or they'll stay.
Yeah, and if they stay, that's fine, because we've established ourselves. I think about, when I look back when we started doing Global, as one of the first talk format stations, we were really pioneers then, and that was over 10 years ago. It's so crazy. I just talked to one of my former guests that when I was doing it at Global, she came on and she was 40 years old. So she said this year she turns 50. So it was every bit of 10 years ago that we were doing this and doing it good. We were really, cutting edge at the time, presenting what we present and doing what we do. And we're still doing it, I had quit for a while, and then Chris talked me back into coming out on Facebook. Yeah, it's your fault. I wasn't going to do it. I was like, man, I'm not doing this stuff. And you're like, yeah, why not? Come on back out here. And look at me now.
You wait, but you gonna blame me for your craziness?
I had quit. I had quit. you know.
Yeah, I know you quit.
Yeah, and then
I
I would
know.
do
I recall that.
yeah, I would do guest appearances on your show. You know, I would come down over there to, Finney's place.
ABM.
Yep, I
Right.
would come over there. I would fill in for you when you couldn't make it.
Sure did.
You know, he
Right.
would tell him like, this is the only guy I can trust to fill in on my show that won't try to mess it up. Because he's so when you're doing this, you don't want nobody to come in doing their thing on your thing. Okay, if you want to do your thing, get your own thing. You don't need to come, try to change my format, do my whole, do your whole thing on my thing. And when I came over there, I did his thing, just me doing it.
Well, yeah, I mean, as hosts, we're very territorial.
Mm-hmm.
We just cannot allow anybody into an element in space that being creative people you created. So it's a very selective process who you want to be a part of it and not. And especially at the helm of your show, that takes a lot of soul searching and searching to find out who that person or persons are or will be. So that takes you can't just overnight that. You have to take some process to go into it. Now, enough about you, Dr. Ron. We could talk all day long. Now, I have not talked to Fiona yet, so I'm going to stop talking to you. I will talk to Miss Fiona, as you would say. So, only because of the fact I don't know her yet. I'm
going to kick back because I know she got a whole list of questions for you, too.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I mean,
Yeah,
that's great. This is a new opportunity for me. So, you sit back, rub your stomach, make a wish, and so then when it comes to Fiona and me, we have a conversation. So, yeah, sit back and rub your belly.
What if I rub my head?
Okay, great. Okay, great.
Hello, Mr. Vase. How are you?
Yeah, Chris, remember, don't miss
Oh,
Mr.
I'm
Big.
sorry.
Yeah, Chris.
Chris,
That's all right.
Chris.
I appreciate respect, but Chris is cool. Thank you.
Can I just call you Boo Shakalaka for the rest
Yes,
of the
you
day?
can. Yes,
All right. How's it going?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. It's a good day. As Ice Cube once exclaimed, today is a good day.
I agree. I definitely agree. So 27 years in this industry, that's a long time.
I didn't see it coming. I really didn't. It's a blessing that unfolded over the years. It's one of those things where you don't think about longevity when you're a kid, because you're young, you're stupid, you're trying to find your way in life, and you just want everything to be done immediately. You don't think about. Well, I didn't think about long term. I just wanted to make my contribution to radio, and then take it from there and see what the journey has led me. It's led me this far, and so I never take it for granted.
Are you more like a talker or a radio personality that plays music? What is your style of hosting that you
I'm
like?
a talk personality.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm personality driven.
Okay.
So that's what I go with.
Nice. And like Dr. Ron said, I'll have questions for days. So, if I could ask, what's one thing you wish you had known when you began your career?
There are a lot of evil people in my industry. I wish I would have known that up front. I knew somewhat. I've had some professionals tell me that, but when you actually experience it, I do believe in pure evil. And there's pure evil in people in the radio industry. And they know who they are. They're the same people you can check at the back of their heads or their weaves and find 3 6s. So they know their cabal, they know their Satan, they know their God. So they have to work on that plane. And I'm not bitter. Well, I am bitter to a degree. I sit here in front. Only because of the fact that I just believe that hard work should pay off. That if you put time in and nobody hands you something, that it should go a long way. I thoroughly believe, I'm saying them on my show recently as well, because there's certain people over time that I believe did not deserve the position they were in. It's who you know, and whatever else you do behind closed doors, people do whatever it takes to get to another level. And, we're all adults here. People do sleep their way to the top, or sleep their way sideways, or whatever you want to call it.
Sideways.
And here comes Dr. Ron.
No.
As soon as I mention about sex, it don't take much for this man. No, see, you and I have
He sat up real quick.
No.
He was.
You know what I'm saying? No, it was as soon as I had sex and laying down.
He said, "Oh, what?"
Stop Go back and rub your head.
I'm like, what?
I forgot. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. He gave a disclaimer last week that this ain't a kid show on this Tuesday. So hey,
It's not, but I just, you see those horror movies where the zombie or Dracula rises up in the coffin?
Hey man,
You really did.
I just perked up when you said that. I was like, what? Now you know. I'm paying attention.
We ain't even say nothing specifically.
No, that's his mind working. Because in his mind, it's a whole different conversation.
Oh my goodness!
My God, man.
Okay.
Did that ever work for you, Dr. Ron?
Huh?
That's the image for the rest of the night in my head. You rising back up because I
Yeah.
Oh man, I just like I had no idea those things went on.
You didn't. So my question is, has that ever worked for you?
What? Me sleeping with somebody to get ahead? No. That's why.
No. The other people who benefited from that.
Wait, Mr. Francisco said I slept my way to the middle.
Yeah, you're right. Some people get parallel. They don't go to the top. They'll go parallel or lateral and things like that. So that happens too.
Okay.
Yes, you got him cracking up, Chris. Francisco, he's on the line. Shout out to our brother in broadcasting. Red beans and rice. She just bewildered at this point.
Bewildered.
Yeah, she said, Chris Bates, get your mask on. Okay, why? He's in the room by himself. But
why I have my mask on? I don't understand. I'm by myself.
You're right.
Okay, Laura Rice, the red beans are right. You put your mask on.
Right.
I don't understand that question. Yeah. I'm sure it's coming from somewhere, but I don't connect with that.
Yeah. Francisco said early on, what's up, Ron and Chris, gentlemen. He's acknowledging. I'm just going through the list here. But, Mac on. I'm sorry. I read that wrong. She said Mac on. M-A-C-K, not mask on.
Oh, mask
exclamation point.
Okay, time out.
There you
okay,
go.
let's back up a little bit.
Okay.
Red beans and brown rice. I repeat, I am not getting my Mac on. Let's establish this. Let's keep it all together. Because I am not macking. This is who I am on GP. Maybe in her mind, it's a Mac situation. Fiona, am I macking to you? Hell no. We're just having a conversation.
Right.
So let's get it straight. Because see, red beans and brown rice has been known to start knit sometimes, and she's a knit starter. So this is one of them. So we're not going to have it today. Red beans and brown rice. Go somewhere and have a seat. Enjoy the conversation. It is not macking.
Wait a minute. She said.
What are we answering here?
Look, she let her answer whether you're macking to her or not. Macking to her. Do you feel mac to?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. No.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
And now she wants to say hi, Miss Fiona.
Is that your girlfriend?
Don't say hi to her.
Don't
say
wait a minute.
Fiona, you just wasted a hi.
I didn't say anything. I asked you a question.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about her. I'm talking about you said hi to
No. She asked you a question, Chris.
No, I asked you a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have missed. I'm sorry. What was the question again, please?
I said, is that your girlfriend?
Oh, hell no. No.
Oh, y'all gonna make me.
I'm just going off of the response that you just did.
I could not miss that answer. That's why I wanted you to ask that question.
She said, hell no.
Hell no. ELLNOPE. Hell no.
You two are funny right now, though.
Yeah, well, look, I've known her too long.
Okay.
And too long to know somebody. So, the thing about it is, it's a fair question because you don't know. So I'm glad you asked that instead of speculating. But no, hell no.
Okay. I don't know, and I like asking questions.
I'm glad. I'm glad you do. That's great.
Hey, okay. So getting back to the scheduled program here.
Yes.
Um, my next question is, what are the best resources that have helped you along the way?
The best resources that helped me along the way have been working with my two personal talk radio mentors. The first guy was a guy named Ty Wansley, no
Hmm.
longer with us. Ty Wansley was a dynamic newsman, interviewer, talk show host that I have the pleasure of knowing. When I was 19 years old, listening to him for the first time on morning radio here in Chicago, I heard him for the first time, and because of him, I knew I wanted to be a talk host. Just that simple. He couldn't tell me any differently. And I was blessed to have met the man and then become his producer at one point for his talk shows. And I learned a lot from him. I would sit back and watch him work to the other side of the glass, very calm, cool, collective. I loved the way he would intertwine the calls, of course, with the storyline or the topic, and was just sheer brilliance. And the second person, and thank God he's still with us, a guy named Jay Marvin. And they both used to work at WLS Radio here in Chicago. And Jay was the second person I ran into, the exact opposite of Ty. If Ty was calm, cool, collective, Jay was combative and caring. So he had two dynamic personalities. Once again, personality driven, and he was the same way. Was the ability to intertwine the topic and the caller so effortlessly, and being both their producers, I just had a front row seat. And those two were the blueprint of what I became as a talk show host. They set the bar so high. I figured if I could be just as half as good as those two gentlemen, I just might have a shot at this thing. And they would really never know the tremendous impact they had on my life.
Yeah, and for the record, you have not disappointed the public on no level. When we started out doing Street News Now, we have this promo that we do called a news brief, and you did one back a few months back, and when you did it, we only have 60 seconds to put out this little news clip. It's called a short report. And when I saw Chris's short report, it was flawless. I mean, he went into a whole news monologue, got it in, got out, bam, it was over with. And I said, now that's a news guy there. you know, he, I'm like, wow. And me, I have to improvise, okay? So if it's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, I'm gonna get you there eventually. But I'm not gonna go word for word down the script, down the monologue. You're gonna arrive at the pot of gold, okay? But I might, go a different route to get there. So you have definitely, risen to be a respected person in the industry, and everybody I know that fellowships with us and knows us, they feel the same way. So I'm broadly speaking now, maybe except red beans and brown rice, she might not feel that way, but we.
See, let's not mention her name ever again.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, funny.
So, sure, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What you were about to say?
No, I was going to say, just to go back to what Dr. Ron said. First of all, thank you for that. When you work in broadcasting, the clock has to be your friend. And if you're able to do news or do segments, the one thing I was scared to death because I felt I would run overtime. But you have to learn, and it's a learning curve as you go along, about how time could be your friend, not your enemy. So that one that I did, I got to start doing more. It's a technical thing I haven't done any more after the one I did because Lee Michaels was showing me the whole thing. We had to find another way to do it, but I'd love to do more. And he was saying, man, this is tailor-made for you because I've done news. I'll give you a perfect example real quick. When I was at WGCI FM filling in for Ty Wansley doing news, the Steve Harvey Morning Show used to air on that radio station. So Steve Harvey always taking his breaks late. So as a local, we did, or Ty would do news at twice an hour. So but it wouldn't be, the full time should be 2 minutes. Steve Harvey will always break so late. It could be a minute, it could be 37 seconds, it could be whatever time you had to make it work. So based on that experience alone, 60 seconds is nothing. So I thank you for the compliment, but it wasn't always like that, Doctor.
I hear you. And Miss Lady said, yeah, Ty would be proud of you. Yeah, so she did
Oh
come
yeah.
back with that. Well, look, let me do this. You know, you ain't going nowhere. You're gonna stick around and stay. But I just need to change the image right now on the screen. So y'all bear with me 1 second while I bring up this next image, so that we can talk about what we have going on Thursdays. You know, as you see, every Thursday from 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I'm not going to put an end time because we've gone to midnight and beyond, on Facebook and YouTube Live. We come together on a network that Mr. Lee Michaels has put together, Street News Now, and we speaking, boom shakalaka there. You see his name under his name, under his image there. And myself, Francisco, the professor, we all come together and we chop up some airwaves, because we are all, accomplished personalities in our own right. But to be able to come together and be able to do this as a group is not just a fluke. This is a rare talent, and we all come together. We have fun. I tell you, if we chop it up, I tell you, we hit the news topics of the day, and we love jumping on number 45. And all the racist people in the world ain't got a chance with us, because we ain't giving them no love, none whatsoever. But that's an experience, and it all started back on election day. We did what, 6 hours of broadcasting then?
Yes.
Yeah, election night, we was on the air 6 hours, and we couldn't declare a victory on that night, and we came back 4 nights in a row, all the way up until that Saturday when there was finally a victor declared. But and we've been meeting every Thursday ever since. So I have fun doing it, and I'm sure, Chris, what's your opinion on it?
Well, to tell the complete story, it was Dr. Ron's idea for us to come together when we did the coverage of the election. And so at the time, Ron, you had mentioned about Lee and myself, the three of us doing it in the origin story, and then you mentioned about Reggie. Now I've had the pleasure of knowing all three of you. I'm like, okay, you're gonna bring these three fools together in one capacity, and then you'll add me to it. In my head, I was already hearing the show, and in my head, it sounded very good, very consistent, very, very nice, knowing the personalities of all three gentlemen. So when we were able to do the coverage of the election, when we were able to form the rhythm and the cadence of the program, it was a lot of fun to be with people that you admire, to be with people that you have a history with, and knowing once again Lee, of course, Dr. Ron, and Professor Reggie Miles. I mean, Lee Mike. It was a no-brainer to be a part of that. And so I think obviously the show has evolved since then to make it a nightly or weekly segment that we do each and every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central. That goes a long way. The show continues to grow, and now with the addition of Francisco Acosta, I think that we're able to again continue to learn and grow, and make it a very fine program.
Yes, and just to give credit where credit is due, red beans and brown rice brought Francisco into our circle, introduced us, to him to us, and since then it's just been, man, growing, and the show is continuously growing, and I love it. I don't know where this thing is gonna wind up at, but I'm looking forward to it, because it is a lot of fun. Now, Fiona, you've had an opportunity to see the show on Thursday, so what is your opinion of it?
You beat me to the punch. I have seen it a couple times, and I think that is very first. I love the fact seeing when there was 4 black men on the show. I enjoy seeing that. Now that there's 5 black men, I love it. You guys are intelligent. I like the conversations and the facts that go along with it. There's not too many what could I say? Not too many podcasts or FB lives that are going on right now talking about real stuff that is like close to home. So I definitely enjoy the show. I watch it. I try to catch it every week.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Francisco said there is over 175 years of broadcasting mastery represented on Street News Now. These guys are the truth. So which one of y'all is 100? I didn't know.
Well, that has to go to Lee.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Miss Red Beans and Brown Rice. I'm gonna start calling what Lee called it. Pork and Beans and Rice said, "Pay me."
I like that, dog. She wants 10%.
Yeah, Lee call her pork and beans and rice. He don't call her red beans and rice. Okay, you're gonna get paid all right. I got a whole can of beans I can donate to your cause. How's that? You want to eat? There you go. You can get a can of beans. Bush baked. I'm gonna give you the good ones. I'm gonna go right down to the food pantry and get one of them, bush beans that they give out, and make sure they get to your address. Okay, I'm gonna put it in overnight, so that you have them by tomorrow.
You're funny. Not paid with beans.
So, what do you want to say about? Oh, here she come back. All right, Lee Michaels, our radio coach, does not call me pork and beans. No pork on my pork. Okay. So
and she say no pork on her fork.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah. So Chris, with this evolutionary process of this show on Street News Now, where do you want to see it go? What do you want to see accomplished out of all of us doing this thing?
Well, you know me, I'm a one show at a time person, and what I see in the future, I do see, like anything else, to continue to grow the brand of Street News Now. I go with the vision of my guru, Lee Michaels, to eventually bring on more programming to his network, to have more shows, to have more diversity as we go along. But I'm more than honored to be the first show, the cornerstone, as I would call it, of Street News Now, to where we are, to see it grow into those type of fractions and building blocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it has the potential of the sky being the limit. And man, it can go as far as we want it to. I can see other people maybe coming on board, doing features. I see people, like we've interviewed guests, that have chimed in on the show. We've actually interviewed folks. So, it has turned into a lot of different variations. We don't have our hands tied when it comes to producing this show. This show is like, man, it can go anywhere, like we all have said, up, down, sideways, and even down on occasions, but it has the potential of being able to fulfill a lot of needs when it comes to journalism, when it comes to opinions, because we've all discussed this over and over again. Many of the mainstream media, they have their opinions, and that's all people have to rely on. There is no more black view of the news, opinions from people that are out here on the street living this thing every day. And we give that fresh perspective and that understanding, what's going on the street, because we're seeing it. We're on the street, and, we have opinions that are very valid and valuable, and we offer them up, and we try to give help where we can, to somebody that might not have thought about something, with the experience that we have something positive to add. And everybody's got their own area of expertise, and we bring, positivity. It's not a negative show. That's something that we're not trying to do. We're not trying to bash anybody, maybe 45 and the racists, but they need bashing, because they ain't for us, and we want to try and keep people encouraged and uplifted. So, Chris, I know you got something to say. You don't let me keep running my mouth. Go ahead, bro.
Well, you just did.
I can't help it,
You know,
man.
well, I understand. No, just to go back about being a part of a crew, the one thing I like about it is a team effort that we all individually do our thing and we come together and we make it work. I mean, I'm a big fan of the, comic book movies, so it's like the Avengers or any other type of cross pollination of talent coming together. Individually, you're good, but sometimes when you come together as a team, you're better, and the people around you make you better. So I don't take that for granted. I think it's a unique situation where we're able to really put something out there. And in a world where you got a lot of negative press going on, it's nice to have an alternative. I like to consider ourselves an alternative to what we do, and people come on board. It's just nice, and more the merrier.
I totally agree. Now I'm gonna ask a question that I know Miss Fiona is dying to ask, but she just ain't got to it on her list yet. So where did you get?
Well, let her ask it.
I'm okay. Go ahead, Fiona.
Yeah, go on, because I know it's his show, but Fiona, you got to jump in and just, hey, look, I want some time too. Elbow him virtually, and get in somewhere. So Fiona, you have the floor. Go ahead.
Where'd you get your name from,
That was it.
Chris?
That was it.
That was it?
That was it.
Okay,
I was definitely
so,
getting ready to ask that question. What was the
okay.
inspiration behind Boom Shakalaka? Thank you.
Boom
Drop
shakalaka.
the
Okay.
mic right there, boy. That was it.
So Boom shakalaka had come in various forms for me. I remember listening to radio when I was a kid, and there was this guy who used to come on the radio. I think it was an AM 1000 back in the day, and he was going, boom shakalaka. I said, well, I can say it better than he can. And then also through music, I would hear it through various lyrics here and there, and it kind of called to me. So I figured this is before we started to use the term branding. How can I brand my name of who I am outside of my name? So when Boom Shakalaka kept calling to me, I spell it differently with the shock with SHOK, CK in it. I figured, okay, let me use that. So that became like a mantra of mine. And one day I just said on the air, hey, good evening. I'm Chris Bass, the Boom Shakalaka. And it kind of stuck from there.
So that's how you when you introduce yourself, that's what you say?
Yeah.
Can you do it one more time?
Sure.
Like, all right, this is your music and stuff, and you get ready to come on, and then what happens?
Okay, so I'm doing my baseline show. I would say good afternoon to good people and bad. This is Chris Bass with Baseline, the Boom Shakalaka.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, and a hearty boom shakalaka to everybody out there. It's become a nice little clarion call. It's nice to be branded that way, and people do respond in kind. So, again, it's like all these people or all these minutiae come together, which starts to make sense to me. And so when I started to use that, hey, people would see me, or if I'm on social media, whatever, hey, what's up, boom shakalaka, and it started to take on a life of its own.
Even in public, like how you.
Every now and again, you gotta look, because it seemed like anything else at the time. Doing this is really before I started to get into social media, but every now and again, someone recognized my voice. Oh man, you're a bass. You're the boom shakalaka. I'm like, that's right. That's right. And I'll play it up and I'll ham it up and stuff like that. But yeah, again, and I tell this to my students when I was teaching IMS, Illinois Media School. Branding is key. Find something that's uniquely you, and then work with it, and then try to find a way to make it yours. Don't steal. Create your own original content. So I provide the example of being the boom shakalaka, and I'm very proud of that.
Amen,
I like it. It reminds me of a few songs.
Yeah. Now,
Thank you.
going along with that, having a distinctive voice. One time we were doing a show at Global, and
don't
I was interviewing. No, not you. See, you don't know which story I'm talking about, man. See, so I bought in Felton Offered.
Oh, good. I think it's about another story, but go right ahead.
No.
Now.
What
This is
story are
one.
you talking about?
Yeah, that's one that makes him nervous. I wasn't gonna go there, but
I'm never nervous.
Yeah,
I'm never nervous. I don't like talking about that damn story.
Okay,
but go ahead.
So when Felton came on, he didn't know Chris was going to be there. So when we got in the studio, they started talking. And he was like, man, I've been a fan of yours for all of these years, man, when you were doing your talk show. And man, they went on and went on. And Chris was like, I had no idea that you were a fan. He said, yeah, me and my wife used to listen to your show on a regular basis. And it was a moment of encouragement and inspiration at that time. Because if I remember correctly, you know, Chris's testimony was like, man, I was about ready to quit again. Until that
Oh, wow.
moment when my guest, who was a avid fan of Chris years before and had the opportunity to meet him face to face, you know, so it turned out to be a very positive moment. Now, if you want me to go into the other story, I can.
I do.
No.
Well, it's not fair. Some way I want to know.
Well, we're out of
Well,
time for this day.
Hey, that works. Man, look at the time. We gotta get out of here.
Where can they find
I think
you?
me.
My future endeavors.
Yes. Where can they find you, my brother? Please tell them. Please.
Thank you. This has been great. Thank you, Dr. Ron. Thank you, Fiona, for the time being. I've had so much fun. The best way to be a part of what I do, go to facebook.com and type in Chris Bass, CHRIS, B as in broadcasting, ASE. Well, you see my likeness on there. Become my friend. Tell 5 of your friends and 8 of your enemies that Chris Bass is in the air.
Yes. And please come over and follow us on Facebook, on YouTube, and about 8 other social medias each and every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tune in to Street News Now. You can find it on my YouTube channel. You can find it anywhere on my Facebook, you know. And come out and hang out with us. You know, the show is growing by leaps and bounds. I definitely cross network. I try to bring on all of the guests or the hosts as guests on my show each and every month so that we can all get a chance to cross network. Next week, Francisco will be on with us, so we'll get a chance to have. He got a crazy nickname too, AKA Chocolate Yoda. I told him when he first came on, I said, some woman gave you that name, didn't she? And all he can say is yes. And I don't want to hear the story, how it came about, because it doesn't sound like it's something you should share in public, you know, so. So he'll be on next week with us, and we'll get a chance to chop it up with him. He has a very good sense of humor. He does that one-liner bit where he just tells it and then just sits back and watch you crack up. You know, he's real good at that. You know, like, look at this guy. You know, so but I am so excited, Chris, that you took time to come on and be with us. I know we got about a minute or 2 left. Let me say this. You stay right where you are, Chris. Don't go anywhere. I want to invite everyone to go over to ask-dr-ron.com. Please like and share. Please support our vendors. Check out Miss Fiona's Immaculate what?
Educationalconsulting.com.
There you go. We got a whole banner sitting up there where you can go over and check out our website with her and her team of educators. She is working to provide provide a service to each and every person that is looking to improve where they are. You know, I appreciate, you know, Miss Fiona showing up every week, you know, doing her part. And what I'm going to do is, Miss Fiona, if you would, you know, give us some words of inspiration, and then we're going to go to Chris. Close us out.
For this week, I just encourage everybody to be encouraged. And if nobody encouraged you, encourage yourself to just do something today for your tomorrow.
All right, now, inspirational. And Mr. Boom Shakalaka, please carry us on out of here.
Well, thank you so much. The encouragement words I have is how I end my show on Wednesday and Friday nights, Friday afternoons. Make sure you are safe. Make sure you are sound. Make sure you are healthy. And most importantly, make sure you are loved.
Amen. Peace, y'all. Love y'all. See y'all next time.